Hello interwebs and welcome to my channel, which is now, oh my god, I can officially say this channel is now my full-time job. This is what I do. Honestly, that is so insane. I am so insanely excited. I'm so insanely happy, even with hair literally getting in my mouth. And actually, here's a clip of me literally yelling off of a mountainside about how excited I am about this. Hell yeah! So yeah, I'm pretty excited. But for those of you who don't know, that clip that you just saw was actually from a video that I released a few days ago, which was called The Nature of Work, where I dove into all my emotions and reasons why I wanted to make this step in my life, while also trying to connect this personal journey with what I see are larger issues that were affecting me in my life, and I think affecting a lot of us, not just recently during this pandemic time, but I think throughout all of our lives with overwork, and where I think society kind of puts that onto us. Also, I got to do some really cool horror stuff in the video, so that's fun too. And honestly, it was one of the videos that I'm most proud of on this channel, and if you have the chance, I really recommend you check that out because it really is one of my personal best and will really go into all my feelings about this. But for this video, now that I'm a full-time YouTuber, I want to take this chance to just talk about what I want this channel to be going forward, what's changing, what I hope to achieve with this channel, and also what's new, because there is some new, cool, exciting stuff, not just on the horizon, but right now that you can get excited about. So I want to go over all of that right here on this, in this video, I should say. But before I get to that, I kind of want to reiterate something that I said in the other video, and that is truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you for helping me get here. As I spoke about in the other video, I have honestly been kind of killing myself, working really hard, doing not only this YouTube job, but my full-time job and a bunch of other contract work just to help pay the bills and to keep myself going. And it was not only just affecting my mental health, but my physical health as well. And so to even consider doing this as a full-time job really means a lot to me. It's changed my life in such a profound way, and all of that is thanks to all of you. My life is literally right now the best it has ever been, and more meaningful to me because of the kindness that all of you have shown me. And not only that, the fact that this channel has grown such a kind, caring, thoughtful, beautiful, and just plain wonderful community around it that I am so honored to just even be a part of. I cherish that, and I am so honored by that. No matter what happens after this, I will always be grateful for what you've all given me and what we have achieved together right now. And I also want to take a moment to just give an extra special thank you again to all of my Patreon supporters, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to consider doing this and still be able to pay my bills, still be able to eat, still be able to just afford healthcare and things like that. So like, all of this is really just reliant on all of your support, and I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I am so grateful. I don't feel like I can adequately ever express the amount of gratitude that I have for you. It just feels inadequate to just say thank you. So that's all I can do at the moment, and just hope to live up to what you all have given me by doing stuff that's really fun on this channel. But I ultimately can never really repay you for what you have all given me. Moving on from that, to just talk about where I'm at emotionally right now, as the reality of all of this has settled in for me over the past few days, I've been feeling a lot of emotions. The first of which is, if we're being entirely honest, is fear. I have a lot of fear because this is a risk. It's kind of a gamble on myself and on this channel, because all of this is kind of on me. I mean, obviously also on this community and how we're going to grow, but like the videos getting out on time, everything else, like making the videos, edit, all of it is currently on me. And that's scary to put that much trust in my voice in a way that I have never done before, that it's what's going to be directly paying my bills. More importantly, and more fundamentally, I'm really excited because this has so much potential. And there's so much fun to be had, and there's the potential to just meet kind people and build some fun and caring and wonderful communities and do some really fun and caring and cool work on this channel. I want the mission of this channel to be something that's not only meaningful to me, but meaningful to you. Now, I'm always going to be a giant, weird dork. That's always going to be part of this channel because that's a part of me. But I want this channel's main goal going forward to be creating a space where we use our dorkiness and our love of geekdom to bring us together to talk about social and political issues that face the LGBTQ community, the transgender community in specific, the autistic community, women and non-binary folks, as well as many other marginalized groups in a way that feels nuanced, caring, positive, constructive, and ultimately welcoming, while never losing sight of our joy within that when dealing with these harder issues, and also never losing sight of caring for the most vulnerable among us. That's where I want to take this channel, and I want to take this chance to give that channel that clear direction and set expectations for all of you going forward of what this channel is going to be, as well as where I hope to take it and where I hope to take myself as a creator in both the coming months and in the coming years as well. So, let's start with the first things first. What's changing on this channel? Obviously, there's already been some small stuff that you may have noticed. There's been a slight aesthetic change on this channel. I've updated all of the logos and banners on, here and on Patreon and on Twitter and things like that, just to increase the quality and look of the channel that I feel kind of better matches what the channel has grown into in terms of like quality and stuff like that. I mean, gone are the terrible Photoshop jobs and sweatshirts, and here are slightly better Photoshop jobs, though still kind of terrible, and cosplays and better costumes and better makeup. Look, I'm doing stuff with the eyeshadow if you hadn't noticed. This is the first time I've done stuff like this. Hopefully it's not terrible. I'm trying my best. So all of that's kind of just a small like aesthetic change to kind of just show that this channel is becoming hopefully more professional and better quality, though still dorky and weird, because of course. And that really is kind of the direction that I want to keep pushing on for this channel. I want my video essays to be much more targeted discussions of salient issues affecting the transgender, autistic, and all the other communities that I mentioned before, and seeing the nuance within the nerdy, while also trying to understand, empathize, and care where I can for all of those involved in a topic, but also knowing where to draw the line to protect the most vulnerable. And I think to be able to do that well means I need to spend more time to focus on each video. So, instead of doing 3 videos a week like I have been doing for the past few months, I'm going to do a guaranteed 1 featured video a week that's going to be releasing on their normal times that they have been on Friday. And I'm doing this because I want the videos to be much more focused, thoughtful, and hopefully better presented, though I am a dork. There's only so good of a presentation job that I can do as I try to say sentences well, and kind of proves my point right there. But I also want to do this because doing 3 like sort of main videos a week on this channel was kind of coming out of a place of anxiety that I was having, of me telling myself to constantly work and do more and push myself, stuff that I talked about in my other video. And that anxiety to overwork myself meant that some videos weren't given the time that I really wanted to give to them to make them really special. You know, I'm proud of all my videos. I don't think I've really ever put out crap videos, but I wanted to really make sure that I say what I want to say with my videos, and that takes a little bit of time and care to really hone and focus. It also means that sometimes the videos that I was really excited about, that I put a lot of effort into, because I was doing so many videos on this channel, that they sometimes got lost in the shuffle and lost in the algorithm. So I want to kind of make this channel a place where when a video goes up here, people know that it's meaningful, that it's had attention to it, and that it's gonna be given space to breathe in that, YouTube algorithm god. Not every video is going to be like a huge production like the nature of work was, though I do hope that that's going to kind of be the main direction for most of the videos going forward, but I do want all of them to kind of have a really concise thesis, attention, and sort of thought to each and every one of them as we go forward, and really fully say what I want them to say, and sort of cover everything that I want them to cover. And sometimes, you know, if it's an important issue or there's, you know, I have the time to cover it, or there's something that is really pressing that I need to talk about right now, I may do more than one video a week. So I'm not just limiting myself to just one, but I want to stop just sort of forcing myself to do 3 big videos. And don't worry, these videos are still going to be me being weird and dorky and always from the heart and also personal and passionate, and always with, you know, like I said, that eye to be positive, constructive, caring, and nuanced. So that's still going to be the main focus of this channel. None of that is going to change. But I know some of you may be feeling like, oh no, Jessie's gonna stop doing her, you know, all of her videos. I'm gonna have less time to hang out with her. Believe me, I like hanging out with everyone too and dorking out. So don't worry, I actually have some really good news for all of you who may be worried about that, because I'm actually, and here's the really cool part, I'm going to be starting a brand new channel called Jessie Gender After Dark. Not that kind of After Dark. So just let's get that out of here. No, After Dark is going to be a channel where I put all of my sort of reviews, random discussions, nerdy dork out sessions, trailer reactions, vlogs about my life that aren't really attached to anything specific, but I just want to talk about, or me just gushing about how hot Ethan Peck's beard is when he played Spock was for hours on end. All of those things are going to go up on Jessie Gender After Dark. So if you still want me being a weird dork, I highly recommend that you go and subscribe to that channel right now, and the link is down below. So, and it might even be up here if I can get that to work, but it's definitely down below. So I'd highly recommend you subscribe to that channel. And I want After Dark to really kind of be more of a chill place. It's going to be something that I'm not going to stress out about or have to worry about the dreaded algorithm sort of missing the videos or ruining my analytics or stuff like that, all that sort of work stuff. I want this to kind of be a space where I can just kind of just dork out and just hang out with everybody and just kind of have fun, and still have it be a caring and loving place for everyone. And like I said, it's going to be a way for me to share about the things I love without having to worry how the algorithm will affect the channel, because that's something you always kind of have to worry about on your main channel, especially if that's your full-time job. Like if you put up a video that doesn't do well, that can ultimately start hurting you if that starts compounding and sort of starts the ball rolling in the algorithm as it sort of looks at your channel with the sort of Sauron eye on you. So After Dark's in a place, I'm going to dork out, and hopefully it'll do well, and hopefully it'll take off, but I'm not going to be like kind of willy-nilly about it. I don't have to be as discerning as I have to be on my main channel to sort of worry about the algorithm. And that channel is going to be much less regimentedly scheduled, but I will guarantee at least one video a week over there. But it's not going to be like on specific days or anything, but you will get at least one video a week, and possibly many more if there's like a big thing going on. So please go subscribe there. I've already put up 2 videos for all of you, including one of them, which is ranking the sexiness of all the Star Trek captains. Sadly, Ethan Peck's beard is technically not a captain, because if it was, we all know it would be #1, but it is still #1 in my heart. And also, just really briefly, I should say, while most of my reviews will all be going up on After Dark for all the TV shows and movies and things that I talk about, all of my reviews of Star Trek, from the new episodes to whenever the hell they're going to get their act together and get a movie out, all that stuff is going to still be on my main channel, because no matter what, I'm going to subject all of you to my love of Star Trek. There's no getting around that. You're going to have to deal with that, and hopefully you enjoy it. But if you don't, too bad. You're going to get it anyways. Though I will say Star Trek book reviews, trailer reactions, and news reactions, all of that is all going to start to go up on After Dark. Also on that note, live streams. As you all know, I do an hour-long chat live stream here every single Thursday on this channel, as well as a drunk video game stream that I've been doing for at least the past month or 2 on Saturday nights. And honestly, I really kind of love these sessions. They're honestly just a chance for me to kind of relax with a bunch of friends and get to hang out with you, kind of feel how the community's doing and what you're interested in and what you want to talk about, and also just generally get to be my weirdo self live. So for the foreseeable future, all that's going to stay on this channel. We're still going to have the Thursday chat streams and the Saturday drunk video game streams right here on this channel. They're here to stay. They may eventually end up moving over to After Dark at some point, depending on how fast that channel grows. That's not going to happen anytime soon, but it might happen in, you know, once that channel really gets going off the ground, and I feel like the audience is big enough over there to sort of like sustain something like that. However, while the live streams are still staying on this channel, the replays of them are only going to stay up on this channel for a week. And then after that week, I'm going to sort of take them down from this channel and put them up as videos on After Dark. So people will still be able to access them if you still want to replay them and hang out with me in sort of a past tense way that I know a lot of people like to do when they sort of return to my old live streams. But I want to sort of like clean up this channel a little bit so that my big featured videos kind of get the most attention here, while still making the stuff that I know some of you want available over on After Dark. So they are going to stay on this channel for 1 week, and then after that they'll go up sort of archived on After Dark. All that being said, though, I am actually going to be doing even more video game live streams over on Twitch from now on. Now, the Saturday Drunk stream will still stay on YouTube for this foreseeable future until my Saturdays hopefully get busy again when the pandemic sort of officially dies down. We'll see how my dating life actually goes. The Saturday night live streams may stay for a long while. But beyond that, I am going to start doing more regular Twitch streams. My Twitch channel is below if you want to subscribe to that. And I'm going to start really doing that in earnest starting the middle of this month in May, when I'm going to start playing through the soon-to-be-released Mass Effect Remastered trilogy, because I have to romance my boy Garrus, if you know what I mean. I mean, he's got the reach, and I've got the flexibility.
We ended up holding a tiebreaker in her quarters. I had reach, but she had flexibility.
Yeah, I just need to make that happen, and you're all going to watch me do it, because I'm dirty like that, I guess. But alien sex aside, right now the Twitch schedule is going to be a little bit sporadic. I don't want to commit to anything specifically yet because as I've just become a full-time YouTuber, I don't exactly know how my schedule is really going to be fully worked out. But once I nail down how the production of this channel is going to go and how everything's sort of going to fit together, and sort of I feel comfortable, I will nail down a specific and regular schedule for Twitch. For the foreseeable future, I'm going to aim to try and do a Twitch stream every single Monday for several hours on Monday, but that may change just depending on like life stuff, work stuff, things like that all go into this channel. But overall, get excited for that. That is going to start very, very soon. And get ready for me to romance everyone's favorite Turian. And this brings me to my final big thing that's happening right now that I want to talk about, and that is Patreon. As I said, this is now my full-time job, but it doesn't fully pay all of my bills yet. Not only that, I also do have facial feminization surgery coming up hopefully in the next few months. My sort of consultation is actually this month in May, so I'm honestly very excited for that, but that is going to be fairly expensive, though some of it is going to be hopefully paid by my healthcare, though healthcare is also really expensive. So I have all those bills. I still have my student bills and things like that, and rent and all those things. So I still have to do some contract work outside of YouTube. And I share all of that because, well, I just want to kind of be clear how truly meaningful Patreon support is to me. So if any of you are considering supporting me over on Patreon, I cannot tell you how much it will directly impact my life. It will directly impact and help me pay my everyday bills and things that affect my health and my life and being able to eat and all that stuff. In all honesty, I've actually had to refilm this bit a few times because I'm always uncomfortable, sort of, asking for Patreon support just in general. I mean, if you watch my other videos, I sort of like, and you can support me on Patreon, because I never really feel super comfortable asking for it, because I honestly sometimes I don't feel like I deserve it up here in my brain, and also I'm just kind of honored and touched by any support that anyone gives me, because I literally, as I said at the top of this, I cannot repay your kindness. I hope that my content is meaningful to you, but you are literally helping me eat. So, I really just can't thank you enough, I guess is the best way to put it. I think that is the best thing I can say, even though that feels wholly inadequate. And I hope, though, by the way, if you do become a patron, that you do feel that there are cool perks and a community over there for you. Like there's a Discord server where we have tri-weekly movie watch-alongs that are run by my other lovely patrons that are in the Discord. Shout out to all the people who runs the watch-alongs. You are absolutely amazing, and I love all of you. You do such amazing work, and thank you for helping build that community out. You get your name in the credits. You also can get access to videos early, and I also do a Star Trek Enterprise rewatch podcast just for patrons, and also I do patron exclusive live streams every single month. So I try and do my best to make the patron community something really meaningful for those of you who do really just help me pay the bills and live my life. And I also just want to make sure that that community is growing in a positive and kind and caring way as much as this community is here on YouTube. So thank you to all of you who support. And if you are considering supporting me, I cannot tell you how much it really would mean a lot to me and does affect my daily life. Alright, all of that said, now we're heading out to the end of this video, and I kind of want to wrap this out to talk briefly about where I want this channel to be going, because I want to have goals for this channel going forward. I don't want it to just be a thing like, oh, this is my job, now I'm going to do it indefinitely. I want to have clear aims that I want this channel to have. And I'm planning on doing bigger essays, more ambitious essays, like Along the Nature of Work, or even bigger than that, with bigger budgets and more ambitious concepts. If you want to look at other examples of that, the sort of turf video I did, or transgender people in sports one that I did, or the irreversible damage one that I did, all those are sort of good examples of the direction that I want to go in, and hopefully even beyond those as well. And the first tangible goal that I want to set for this channel to be able to do all of that is I want to hire my best friend, Lucian, who I went to college with. He's also a video producer like me, and he is also the voice that you heard in the Nature of Work video, and he's also done a few other voices here on the channel. Lucian, for those of you who don't know, and I've talked about this before on Livestream stuff, Lucian was the first person that I ever came out to as trans, and he is someone who I adore to death and love to death, and he is honestly my platonic best friend, and I just really, really, really deeply love him. And without going too much into his own personal life, he has been dealing with his own sort of workplace hardships lately, but he's also one of the most creative and smartest people that I know. He also, for example, runs his own LGBTQ-focused actual play podcast that you should also totally check out. The link's down below if you're curious about that. But I know that he does good work. I know he's someone that bounces off of me creatively really well. He's someone I really adore. And hiring him will also allow me to do more cool stuff on this channel. I have more freedom to be able to focus on the writing, on the sort of concepts of the video, to the performances of the video, the production aspects of the video. So the first goal that I'm going to set is if we hit 850 patrons over on my Patreon, I will be able to hire him part-time. And if we hit 1,000 patrons, I will be able to hire him full-time, which would be so amazing for both of us, and hopefully for all of you, and hopefully for this channel. I really think it would mean we could do really cool stuff. But beyond all the behind-the-scenes stuff, what do I actually want to do with this Jessie Gender channel in terms of a creative level, in terms of stuff that you're going to see creatively? Well, in the immediate future, first off, Lucian and I are planning on doing a really cool series here on this channel that we're not really ready to talk about yet, but we've been planning for a while. So be on the lookout for that coming in the next few months. That'll be something on the very short-term future that is going to be a cool thing, where you're going to get to see Lucian and get to meet him a little bit more, and how much I really adore him. But also beyond that series, I really feel like I really enjoy interviewing and talking with LGBTQ creators and creators from different marginalized communities. So I want to start an interview podcast where I'm going to interview really cool creators and sci-fi people in the industry and other industries that sometimes get forgotten because of who they are in terms of their identities. Kind of like how I did with Star Trek Discovery's own Ian Alexander a few months ago. I really kind of want to do stuff like that. And so that hopefully by the end of the year, I will have the time to be able to devote to doing a sort of weekly or bi-weekly interview podcast series where I really focus in on creators from marginalized community working within science fiction in sort of this weird nerdy place that we all love. All that stuff coming either right now or in the very immediate future. But even beyond that, in the slightly further science fiction future Jessie, where, hopefully I'm part robot and stuff like that, all that stuff, I want to start to aim to do more fiction content. It's something I've always wanted to do, but have been kind of scared of doing because I've always been afraid of my voice, but I'm really starting to feel confident in that. And so the first thing that I really want to focus on once I, sort of get this channel settled and I'll do all the other stuff that I've been talking about is begin work on my horror audio drama podcast. And also beyond that, I have a transgender science fiction focused short film that I really want to do to sort of hone my abilities as a director and filmmaker, and hopefully start being able to really show that I can be a filmmaker and really tell fictional stories that center the LGBTQ and transgender communities in a way that I feel like a lot of science fiction today in sort of, the filmmaking space doesn't always do. So I'm really excited to kind of start that journey. Now, all of that is going to depend on how fast this channel grows, how stable my finances are, and things like that. But that is sort of the next goal beyond hiring Lucian that I really want to focus on. And also beyond that, I do want to try and do some other fun stuff if and when I have the free time. Like I do want to try and do voice acting because, as many of you know, I like doing weird voices and stuff. So I want to try and maybe start doing that. But again, that's more of a side project as opposed to sort of the main thing that I'll be focusing on. So that is something I'm interested in. If anyone's curious or wants to, send me auditions and stuff like that, I would love to possibly try out for different stuff. But that's sort of like a side project thing, just something I'm putting out there in the ether and see what happens with that. But as I said, the first goal of this channel is going to be hiring Lucian and hopefully being able to beef up the quality and quantity of the stuff on this channel. Time to wrap out. Just a few other quick random things. I know many of you have been asking for merch and channel merch, like Nuance is a Thing t-shirts or Ensign Cricket shirts. So I am currently working on channel merch. I wanted to have it ready for this launch, but it's still taking a little bit longer because I want to really do my research and make it quality for everyone. I don't want to just put out like random t-shirts from wherever. I really want to make them kind of cool and nice and good. So that is coming. I will announce that when that is happening, but I am working on that. We will get that. So don't worry, you will get your Ensign Cricket and Nuance is a Thing shirts in the very near future. And for those of you who have no idea what Ensign Cricket is or who Ensign Cricket is, you should check out some of my videos up here. I'll put the playlist up here because Ensign Cricket's adorable. And don't worry, I am working on another Ensign Cricket video. He will return hopefully before the end of the year. Also, don't forget, I also do the What the Fro podcast with Council of Geeks' own Vera Wild, where we rewatch every episode of Farscape. It's a lot of fun. We're in the middle of season 3 right now, so please check that out. The podcast link is also below for that. So all of that is an incredibly long list of stuff that's happening on this channel. Hopefully it is exciting for all of you. I'm also, it's all experimenting. We're all learning here. We'll see what works, what doesn't. I'm always willing to sort of test and see what happens. So all of this is sort of in flux, but this is really kind of what I'm hoping the new direction for the channel is going to be. But here's a quick summary of everything just so you can all remember, because like I said, I know it's a lot and a lot changing. Number one, this channel is now going to have one featured video a week that is going to be something that I really put a lot of work and effort and time into and to make them really, really quality. Possibly more if I can manage it, but at least one every single week. Second, I'm starting a new channel called Jessie Gender After Dark, where all of my dorkiness and sort of like ranting about the news and geeking out and reviews and stuff, all that is going to go there. And it is up now with 2 new videos that you can watch right at this moment. 3, my Thursday and Saturday live streams are still staying right here on this channel and possibly going to After Dark in the near future, but right now they are staying here, and I am going to be doing more Twitch live streams more regularly going forward, starting in the next few weeks when Mass Effect comes out. And finally, 4, my Patreon is really helping me pay the bills right now, so if you can support me over there, it really would mean a lot to me. We get you your own membership into the community over there, and also if we hit 850 patrons, I'll be able to hire my friend Lucian as a part-time editor, and then if we hit 1,000 patrons, I'll be able to hire him full-time, really being able to beef up this channel. And then beyond that, in the near future, I have an interview podcast and hopefully a really cool series with Lucian that I'm planning to do very, very soon. And then in the slightly further future, I really want to aim to do more fiction stuff, including my horror-themed podcast and my transgender sci-fi short film. But those will depend on how fast this channel grows, if it grows at all. So yeah, that is everything that is happening on this channel. I hope you're all as excited as I am. Like I said, it's going to be a journey. I'm going to fail. I'm going to mess up. There's going to be things that we're all going to learn together. But I'm honestly just really excited to take this journey with all of you. So thank you for allowing me to do it. Thank you for helping change my life, for making this something that I can even consider doing, and I hope that I make it a fun, exciting, and meaningful and, expanding journey for all of us, because you've already given that to me. So thank you, and I hope that you, as always, live long and prosper.